Now these look like tire tracks. Pieces of metal, a rim, maybe an automobile seat and part of a body panel. Here's a piece of metal. This may very well have been the dash. Maybe it's a door or something, I don't know. Very old. 31, Mark 31. I bet this was like an old covered wagon. Amazing. Take a look at this. There's a deer, it's a big ass buck. You see that? That's a footprint. Look at that. I do feel a little uneasy out here. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the lost truck.
My name is Steve from Las Vegas, and these are my adventures. Exactly 10 years ago this month, a man named Kenny Veach disappeared while on a long-range hike in the Sheep Mountains outside Las Vegas. He claimed to have had a supernatural experience when he found a mysterious cave on a previous hike and went back to try to find it. His truck was found abandoned at the end of an old road, and his cell phone was found near an old mine shaft, but Kenny was never seen or heard from again. Many of the videos I've made have been on my long-range hikes to search for clues into the same area where Kenny disappeared. In early 2023, I received word that an old derelict logging truck, long forgotten by time, was abandoned years ago in the most remote part of the Sheep Range Mountains outside Las Vegas, not far from where Kenny disappeared from. I wondered if this could be something that Kenny may have hiked to. It is believed that this truck was part of a logging operation originally started by Ute Perkins, a stout and fearless man who had come to Nevada's Moapa Valley from St. George, Utah in the late 1800s. Perkins was a hired hand in Overton, Nevada, and was tasked with clearing mesquite, digging irrigation ditches, handling livestock, and fending off human predators. It is believed that Perkins ran a logging operation deep in the Sheep Mountains to process lumber, which was used to build many of the houses in Overton. This operation would have continued long after Ute's passing, but has long since been abandoned. In fact, most of the original roads up to that logging operation deep in the mountains have long been reclaimed by nature. Over the past 2 years, I conducted several long-range expeditions to the area, and I did find a 1920s Dodge Brothers or Graham Brothers truck, which was used as an old sawmill. But rumor has it there is another truck hidden deep in the forest. This one is different than the sawmill. It has a boom on the back and there's a tree growing through it, and is supposedly in better condition. These vehicles are believed to have been related to the original logging operations that Ute himself started back in the late 1800s. After several hikes to the area and countless hours poring over Google Earth, I was no closer to finding the truck and felt like there was nothing more that I could do. But those who know me know that I don't give up that easily. So if you're ready, let's get our gear together and head out in these remote mountains one more time.
Saturday, November 23rd, 2024, Las Vegas, Nevada. We're heading down into the valley and you're gonna hit the highway. We're going north this time. This is gonna be a long-range hike up into the Sawmill Canyon. This is the final expedition out to find this lost truck. I've got 2 more points to check out that may or may not turn out to be something. It looks like a pattern on Google Earth. We're gonna head out there and find out what they are, but it's a long drive to get there. So we're coming in the back way, which means about 45-minute drive. And then we've got an exceptionally long hike to get out there. So we're gonna be deep and remote, far from the hustle and bustle of the Las Vegas Strip down there where the Formula One race is going on this weekend. We'll be deep in the forest, and so will you. So without further ado, let's head on out to the highway and get this party started. Just a quick stop to get some fuel. I don't want to head out empty on an empty stomach or an empty tank. So once we fill up, we'll hit the road and keep on going. Continuing our journey up the highway after fueling up, we're heading to the back entrance of the Desert National Wildlife Refuge, and we're going to be heading deep in the mountains up there. We could have gone the other way up Alamo Road, but I think this way might be a little bit quicker and maybe even a little bit easier. It's hard to say. Off to your right there, you can see this massive solar farm where they tear up massive amounts of desert to build these solar panels. Not sure how that's environmentally friendly, but at any rate, it does take up a lot of space out here in the desert. You see them all over Nevada, but we're going, there's no solar farms. It's going to be pretty remote up there, so we'll keep on heading up there and get to the trailhead, we'll air down, and then continue on towards our well, we're going to start the hike. All right, don't want to stop or waste time. Quick breakfast from Roberto's Tacos here in Las Vegas. They're big breakfast tacos. They're definitely not healthy, you know, but they should keep us going and fill us up to get us out there deep in the mountains where we're going today. All right, so a little bit of air out of the tires. 39 degrees here. It's not really that cold. I don't feel that cold, so it's going to be a nice day. And once we air down a little bit, we're going to go ahead and pack it up and head out into the mountains. We're heading into the Desert National Wildlife Refuge, and we're heading up into those mountains, the Sheep Range Mountains, where about 10 years ago, Kenny Veach disappeared. Now, Kenny disappeared off to the left, about 10 miles to the left right here. We're going up to the north, probably about 10 miles, 10 to 15 miles north of the mine where his phone was last found. 24, 25 PSI on the tires. I think we're good to go. Let's hit the gas and get this hike started. Right, so we're out of those desert foothills, coming through a narrow mountain pass here through this valley. Trailhead's not too far, so we're going to keep on going, and we'll be there shortly. Oh, what a day, what a day. What do we have in store for us this time? Morning, everyone. My name is Steve from Las Vegas. These are my adventures. Today we're heading back up into the Sheep Range Mountains, the deepest point, to a place where I said I would not go before. That's the Sawmill Springs area. And as you know, we were looking for an old truck up there. We did find a old truck, but I've been told by a reliable source there is a different truck up there. One that's got a boom on the back, there's trees growing through it, and it's in much better condition than this old Model T truck that we previously found. Now, way up in those mountains, there's 2 points that I saw on Google Earth. One is like a triangular flat area where there could be something. Just looks like a place where maybe there might be something there, a logging operation or something. Another one, there's a strange pattern on Google Earth. So I saw this strange pattern. These are 2 points that are deep up there, but they're not at the farthest point. So we're going to keep heading up there. We're going to go about... It's probably going to be about 5 miles to get where we're going, 5 or 6 miles. It's going to be a long day. So without further ado, let's get started and head out there and get the hike started. You ready? Let's go. All right, 8:20 in the morning. Last time I checked the temp, it was 52 degrees. And I'm going to go ahead and start the Garmin GPS here. I just started the Garmin GPS tracker, and our trusted companion out in Texas, Woodchuck, will be tracking us. He's got access to our location. So we're going to get this hike started. Unfortunately, like most of our hikes, it's going to be uphill the entire way, which is fine because coming back shouldn't be too bad. Like I said, it's chilly. Temperature was 52 degrees last time I checked. It's actually 38 when we aired down, but for some reason this part of the area is 52. So with the wind chill, probably 42, which means it's cold. But when we keep moving and hiking, our body heat's going to keep us warm. I've got my gloves on. I am wearing an Under Armour shirt under my military shirt, and that's it. I do have the military polypropylene top strapped on my pack in case it gets cold, or heaven forbid we get caught out here at night, because that could be a life-saving piece of equipment. It'll be cold out here, 20s or 30s, I'm sure. I want to get up here before the snow starts, so that's where we're going right now. It's a little tough getting started. I'm a little out of breath, but please don't mistake that for being out of shape. I just had 2 big Roberto's tacos, breakfast tacos, so I'm full. And we're not really in the zone yet. Once we start hiking, you'll hear me panting less and less. But I can assure you that all week I've been training 2 miles a day hiking. So my legs feel fine. Physically, I feel fine. We've got plenty of gear, and should be a good day. On the clock, just over a quarter mile, not even 10 minutes yet. 150-foot elevation gain. Still got a ways to go. We're moving, we're exerting energy, so I'm not cold, but I know it's cold and windy out here. So if I was sitting still, I'd probably be cold. But that's why I didn't put the Polypro top on, because I knew we'd be moving. So I've been out here several times before, and you never know what you're gonna find out here. Always something every time I come, so keep your eyes open. You are an active participant in this hike, just like I am. If you see something, mention in the comments. Where we're going today is same place you've been before on previous hikes, except there's a side spur that we're gonna be exploring today. And this little side spur may have been an ancient road, and that may be where this old truck is. But if it's not there, I have no more points mapped out. I have no more leads. So if we don't find the truck today, I'm not saying I'm giving up. I'm just saying I have no further expeditions planned up to this area. And it's a long, long range expedition way up in those mountains up there. All right, getting higher in elevation. 1 mile mark, 431 foot elevation gain, just about 30 minutes. Almost looks like an old road down there. Huh. Interesting. You know what? I'm just gonna go down a few feet, deviate just a little bit, which I don't usually do. Where there's a road, there's other things. And I didn't notice this little road before. Last couple hikes up here. So we'll just go a little ways. See if there's anything here. Looks like it keeps going. We may have to deviate this way, just kind of go out of our way a little bit. These old ancient roads sometimes lead to old settlements, cabins, who knows? Not seeing anything so far. Most of the time they lead to nothing, but sometimes you get lucky and find something. There's a little campfire there, and a log by the campfire. An old campsite. Let's see what else we have around here, anything. Sometimes old roads like this, you can see them on satellite, but you really can't see much in person. I'm not seeing anything so far, are you? Old mine, old cabin, something? I'm not seeing anything. Well, where we need to go is up this way, up on the hill. So follow this a ways is sort of getting us in the general direction we need to go. And then we'll go up on the hill, continue our journey. We'll just follow this a ways and see if it leads to anything. Thought those are boards, but I think they're part of a tree. I think. Can't tell. Yeah, what is it, climb up this hill to get back to the main road we were on. So far I'm not seeing anything, but I still think this is still some old ancient road we're on. It's just up that little hill is the road we need to be on to get to where we're going. We'll go a little further, see where it leads. All right, We're following what appeared to be an old road. And up there is the road we need to be on. That's the well-traveled road. But this here is something I didn't see before. And it looks like it might be a road. So I'm gonna keep walking this way. It's going in the same general direction we need to go. So we're not deviating too much. Just want to see if there's anything interesting down here that I may have missed before. A lot of time misplaced dirt is formed by flowing water. So this could have been an old wash. Looking around here, these rocks and cliffs, see if there's caves or anything around here. I don't see anything yet. Keep on going. I'll tell you this point in the hike, like every time, I know as much as you. I have no idea what we're gonna find. This hike may be fruitless. Or we could find something, I don't know. So that's why these are like a treasure hunt. You just never know what you're gonna find out here. We'll keep walking and keep our eyes open. My only plan is to investigate 2 anomalies on Google Earth that I saw. They're deep in the mountains. Anything else we find is a bonus. Just heard a bird up there. Sometimes birds could be mistaken for human voices. Look in areas like this, see if there's something in there, a campsite or a cabin or something. We did find a cabin recently in our secret cabin video. Check it out if you haven't seen a secret cabin. That was an authentic cabin, very unexpected find. So you just never know what you'll find out here. Seeing animal footprints, looks like bighorn sheep. I have seen sheep skulls out here before. So there are definitely bighorn sheep in these mountains. They don't just hang out in the desert, they're in the mountains too. There's also deer and mountain lion. And I've come up in these mountains, deep in these mountains here before, and I've been told by wildlife officials that look, they've seen mountain lion on their game cams or nature cams. So they advised me to come up here armed, which of course I am, and I can assure you I have something a little more substantial than what you saw in the intro, but it's just a tool like anything else. It's there if I need it, and if I don't, it's just there just in case. Better to have it not need it than need it not have it. I come fully prepared on these hikes. You know, flashlight, first aid, food, water, a survival kit, anything else we may need. So that's me. I just like to be well prepared. Somebody on one of the videos recently commented and asked, and people have asked before, why do I wear camo like this? And cakey pants that are hard to be seen. If I need to be rescued, I'll blend in the environment if they won't see me. And yes, that is a risk I take. But my personal protection devices aren't just against animals, they're against two-legged beasts as well. And every person I've ever known of that comes to these mountains is armed. And if something were to happen, I mean, look around. I've got no cell signal. Even if I did send a satellite message to the law enforcement, how long do you think it would take them to get here? You come out here, you're on your own. You're your own first responder. So you've got to be prepared literally for anything. All right, sun's gone down behind these mountains, so it's a little cooler, and that's fine. I was cold when we started the hike, but since we've been exerting ourselves, I feel a little bit warmer, so I don't need that polypro top. I'm just fine. Thought I heard something. Those of you comment that I talk too much, I do. I do a lot of narration here. And I'm just trying to not ramble on too much in case I hear something. I've had a lot of people comment on my videos. They love the videos. It helps them a lot because they're injured or old or immobilized. They can't get out, or they just live in the city and can't enjoy the outdoors, and these videos help them do it. And me talking makes them feel like they're right there. You can almost do this as a podcast and just close your eyes and just imagine what I'm seeing. But I have the videos that you can kind of follow along and listen to what I'm saying. And somebody even commented these videos help them a lot on a personal level. And that's really awesome. I mean, you may be going through some stuff in life, and this is an escape for you. Certainly are for me, because when I come up here, I stay focused on the task at hand, and whatever's bothering me, whatever problems I may have, I leave those behind. Because out here you focus on survival, and you got to think of everything. You break a leg, you run out of food or water, you get trapped. You're on your own out here, so you got to be prepared. All right, now this right here is snow, ice, and it's the first little bit of it that I've seen so far. And I watched some of Jay Chuck videos. He's been at the higher elevations where there are some touches of snow, so it has snowed in some spots and stays cold out here. As you can see, there's not much sun, so any snow on the ground isn't going to melt readily, which means the higher up we go, it's a good chance we're running some snow. Okay, cold weather survival. I've got the Garmin desert boots on. They're very comfortable. I do have thick, darn tough stocks, and they're absolutely perfect for this. Even though there's snow in the ground in some spots, I don't think we need cold weather boots. If we were in snow all day, I would say yes, we do need Gore-Tex insulated boots. Your feet can get cold, you can get frostbite, cold weather injuries. As long as we keep moving and we're not walking through snow with wet feet, I think these boots we have are perfectly fine. All right, so continue this wash. I'm gonna stop and check GPS, make sure we're going on the right track. I think the road is just right up there. And if this is the wash that we cross as we go up into the mountains, then we could stay here and this will intersect where we had to go anyway. So I'll check GPS and make sure. But I like coming up these washes because any debris that's up there in the mountains gets washed down here, and you see evidence of civilization. So we'll keep our eyes open. I just checked GPS and we're exactly where we need to be. So this wash, I believe, is the one that intersects where we're going up there. I just relieved myself and peed, and I'm mentioning that because that shows I'm hydrated, which is good. And I'm also kind of whispering and talking quietly because the microphone is really sensitive, and I want you to kind of get a feeling of how quiet it is out here. I can hear a bird chirping out there. I can hear wind up in the trees, but that is it. It is dead silent out here, just dead silent. And it's really exhilarating to feel the silence and just disconnect from electronics, from day-to-day life, from everything. Come out here in the dead silence where anything could happen. Animals, strange finds, anything. So I am fairly certain this is the wash that I mentioned that the road intersects with, so I'm going to keep going. And also check the GPS. We're a little over halfway there. 1.44 miles, 45 minutes so far, 576 foot elevation gain. You remember how much I was huffing and puffing when we first started? Well, I was sitting in the truck for damn near an hour getting to that point. And now that my body's moving, my juices are flowing, and there's blood flowing through my muscles, it feels much easier to hike. So don't judge me to be out of shape just because I was huffing and puffing at the first start of the hike. Sometimes you just got to get going and get moving, and it gets easier as you go. Okay, looking all around for anything unusual. I don't see anything so far. Continuing on almost 2 miles. This wash does lead adjacent to the road, so it should eventually intersect with it. There's still snow on the ground. We're seeing more piles of snow. So I would expect the higher elevation we go, the more we'll see. I don't expect to see like any significant amounts of it, but there is some. And the fact there's still snow here tells me this gets very cold at night, probably in the 20s or 30s. But if the snow's not melted yet, that means it stays cold all day long. Fine as long as we keep moving. Like I said, I think we're about 3/4 of the way to the point where we need to make a turn and head deeper up in the mountains. That was like an old settlement there, and I'll show you that once we get to it. All right, 2 miles down, it is nothing but a thing. 1 hour, 60 minutes, 800 foot elevation gain. So that means we're going, what, 2 miles an hour? That's our average speed. We're past the halfway point to this little settlement where we're gonna hang a right head up in the mountains, and all it is there's some debris there, evidence of an old building. And like I said, I'll show you that once we get to it. But we've explored it before. Definitely evidence of logging activity up here, so the possibility that there is an old truck as described with a boom on the back is absolutely likely, because the first truck we found, that old Model T, Model A, or even Dodge Brothers, whatever it was, that one was clearly used to power the sawmill. They would have needed a way to get these heavy logs from where they cut them down in the forest to that sawmill for processing. And that would have to be a truck with a boom on the back. So that's why I do believe it's up here somewhere. But these mountains are vast, it could be anywhere. But the person told me about the truck, like I said, is credible. No reason to lie, and he's given me the location before that did turn out to be fruitful. So I do believe the truck is up here somewhere. It's just he didn't remember where it was and doesn't have a location for it. But I know the general area. It's up here where there's some logging activity, so it's up there somewhere. And if we're lucky, today will be the day we find it. All right. If I'm not mistaken, this is where the road intersects. So this right here is the road we would have came in on, I believe. It doesn't look like a road, but trust me, it is. And it intersects here, and we would have had to continue up here. Now these look like tire tracks, so I can't tell if it's a vehicle or maybe a dirt bike or even a side-by-side. And it's hard to say when this was out here, but somebody may have illegally brought a side-by-side out here. You can't have motor vehicles out here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be walking 8 miles into the wilderness. I'd bring a dirt bike or something, but I can assure you this is all a wildlife preserve and no motorized vehicles are permitted. So I do try, I don't always agree with the law, but I do try to obey it the best I can. Good thing about the snow is you could see any animals that may have been around. So this right here is very clearly hoof prints. Looks like hoof prints of large animal. It would have to be a bighorn sheep. Maybe some other small tracks going in there, raccoon maybe. Not fresh. A few days maybe, I don't know. This track here, this is a YouTuber named SB Vegas Adventures. You can tell by his size 12 Garmon boots. He comes out here occasionally. Making progress. We are almost to the settlement at the crossroads up here, where we'll hang a ride and head deeper into the forest, so the higher elevations. And then there's a side road off of that, further up about a mile or so. And then off of that, there's a small spur that's unexplored, and that spur is what we're going to be exploring today. This is about the 65 to 6,800 foot level, somewhere around there, just under 7,000 feet. So it's no surprise to see little bits of snow here and there. Okay. It doesn't look like it, but the road actually goes this way. This is the side spur that we're going to take. And here's a little settlement, which you can see there's a rock cairn here. There's a ditch here and a rock cairn up over here. Some footprints may or may not have been mine. Hear the wind off in the distance. All right. Trying to keep a sharp eye, make sure there's no one or nothing in here. Pieces of metal, a rim, maybe an automobile seat and part of a body panel. These may very well have been pieces of that old Model A or Dodge Brothers truck that's running the sawmill further up in the mountains. I do believe this was an old settlement. Here, you can see some wood over here where there may have been a structure at one time. Here's a piece of metal. This may very well have been the dash to that old truck or whatever it was they're using to run the sawmill. But it's obviously very old. It's so old that it's collapsed. So it might be interesting to bring a metal detector out here. There's more than likely tons of nails. So that would skew any readings you could find out here. There's no campfire over there. And to the best of my knowledge, that's pretty much about it for this little settlement area here. Just some wood and stuff scattered around. But aside from what's probably a structure and then a piece of the old truck or vehicle over there, that's about it for this settlement. But I think this was a campsite or something was here at one point in time. Like I said, this further up that way, I think it's Sawmill Springs. And this whole canyon, Ute Perkins, like I said earlier, Ute Perkins had a logging operation up here. Here's some more cans. If you can see, thought you can kind of see some markings on this, but looks like you can't. Anyway, there's definitely a logging operation up here. You could see cut down trees, some more cans, cut down trees. That old Dodge Brothers truck was, I believe, the sawmill, and finally, somewhere up here, maybe it will be an old truck that was being used to haul logs, and that's what we're looking for. On one of my hikes, it might have been Search for Lost Truck 2 or something. We didn't find the truck. I think it was just Search for Lost Truck. Anyway, somewhere out here in these woods, and I do have a pin, but I don't know exactly where it is right this second. Myself and I had another individual with me at that time. We're hiking out here. We came across an old campsite that had a cache of water. It was buried under a piece of wood next to a tree. Somebody had stashed a bunch of bottles of water out there. So, hell, he found it. For all I know, he stashed it. I don't know. But somebody stashed the water out here for emergencies, which is good. I do have my regular Camelback and extra, I think it's a 12-ounce bottle of water with me today, so that should be plenty. And it's cold, so I don't think we'll need extra water. And worst case scenario, there's snow. We could probably melt or boil if we had to. But let's keep on going. I think it's about a mile or so this way. We've got another side road to go off of. Then another maybe half a mile to a mile up that is this mysterious spur that we're going to explore that we haven't seen yet. And that'll be our uncharted territory that hopefully the old truck is up there. get these higher elevations to stay alert and make sure there's no mountain lions or other predators up here. Further up here, maybe a mile or two over the hill, that's where we had that sense of foreboding in the Mysterious Cross video. So these mountains, you never know what you may run into. This is the deepest part of the Sheep Range Mountains where Kenny Veach disappeared. Most deepest, most remote part. So there's more than likely nobody around for miles. Just never know what you may run into out here. On the clock, 3.41 miles, 1,300 foot elevation gain, hour 48 minutes. Continuing our walk up this wash. I passed this can several times on previous expeditions. Instalight, looks like some cooking fuel or something. I think we're about halfway to the spur. We need to turn off on the left up here, which will eventually head up to the lost truck. But that's not where we're going today. We're going to be going a side spur about halfway up that distance, looking for the other lost truck. That at this point is nothing but a legend. So here's the deal. This lost truck we're looking for, this supposedly lost truck with a boom in the back and trees growing through it, could be anywhere between that settlement down there and that old Dodge Brothers, 1920 Dodge Brothers truck that was at that makeshift sawmill. So anywhere around here, up to where we're going, it could be this lost truck. Now, we've been by here before, I didn't see it, but it could be up in these bushes somewhere. If we're going to see a slight shimmer of rusted metal through there, could be an indicator that's the truck. I'm deliberately walking slow, trying to kind of look through these bushes, see if there's anything in there. A flat area like this is about where I would expect to see it. So maybe in there somewhere, but we've been through here several times and didn't see it. And I'm usually have a pretty sharp eye, so I doubt I walked past it. In the place where it's supposed to be, that coordinate I was given, I walked through there 3 times, at least 3 times. And the guy that gave me the coordinate walked through there with me. And he didn't see it either. Clearly wasn't moved. But where we're standing right now, well, either there or here is an old road. Definitely an old road. So anywhere off this old road is where it could be. So we'll just keep our eyes peeled. Now, the video a while back, Legend Lost Truck, found footage. I did come in the other direction from Dead Horse Road, and I hiked all the way through these mountains. And didn't find the truck, but I did hike to that old sawmill where that old Dodge Brothers truck is. And unfortunately, I had a hard drive failure. So most of the video was lost. I did recover enough to make a short video, but most of the video that day was lost. Needless to say, I didn't find the truck. At least not the one we're looking for. All right. See, kind of clearings, flat areas like this is where I'd expect it to be, but it's clearly not here. I'm just trying to look through these trees for anything that may look man-made. So far, nothing. The more I look at these tracks, the more I think it's dirt bike. One or more people brought a dirt bike up here, which is definitely illegal, but they did. And I can tell you right now, this soft gravelly stuff is difficult to ride in on a dirt bike. Unless you have a low geared 2-stroke or something. But it'd be really tough, so hard to say. But if they did have come up in a dirt bike, it was a while ago because the tracks really aren't very prominent. Here's a cut down tree in there. Any place where there could be this truck, I would expect to see cut down trees, stumps right here, because that indicates logging activity. Toward these old washes, this was an old road, but because water flowed down, it turned into a wash and washed the material down. So here's an old can here. Looks like an old paint can or something. It's hard to say because back in the day everything came in a can. There's one down there and one down there. Clearly flowing water drifted this old ancient trash down this wash. And where we're going, there's going to be a lot more, because I know there was a couple of foundations where there were some houses or buildings. The old sawmill, of course. I don't know if this tree was here before, but it's a, well, it's dead now, but it looks like a seemingly healthy pine tree, I guess it is. So it's fallen over, and it looks like it fell over from up there. What would have knocked down a seemingly healthy pine tree? I mean, it could have been diseased and died, but it's obviously died now because it's fallen over. But if it was alive when it fell over, what could have done that? Wind? If it's wind, why didn't the other trees fall? What could have knocked this giant down? Hard to say. All right. No more snow up here. A lot more snow up here, but just this one spot. All right, a lot of snow here. But the snow isn't everywhere, just this one section, so these boots aren't snow boots, but they'll do as long as they don't get wet. Look, animal tracks, hoof prints. I can clearly see hoof prints. And looks like the animal may have relieved itself there. So yeah, I'd say probably within the last day, hoof prints. I don't see paw prints like from a mountain lion, which is probably a good thing, but I do know they're up here. Small animal tracks. So a good thing about snow is you could see any beast that's been through here leave their footprints, including me. There's a lot more snow up here, but just in this wash looks like. Mostly hoof prints, possibly a raccoon. Hard to say. But yeah, see snow just in that spot. Up here, there isn't any. I think it's right around here the road should split. Remember this, a rock on top of a stump. I've seen this in our previous videos. We're making progress. I know we're above 7,000 feet. On the clock for 4 miles, 1,500 foot elevation gain, 2 hours and 15 minutes. So you can see it takes significant effort just to get to this point here. 4 miles hike, 10 miles on dirt, rough road, and 40 to 60 miles on pavement from downtown Las Vegas, so it does take significant effort to get here. This is the deepest part of the Sheep Range Mountains where Kenny Veach disappeared from 10 years ago. So if he kept on hiking deeper into the mountains, this is where he would have ended up, somewhere around here. Because I believe the old mine is about 10 miles, I'm guessing 10 miles, between 10 to 15 miles south of here. So you could hike it for sure, but it's not easy. All right, here's a sign. It says nothing. Piece of wood. Now there is evidence of civilization out here. I'm gonna walk over here. I think this is where the old road was. Might have been a campfire here. I remember there's some foundations or something out here. Evidence where there was a building. There's another piece of wood right over there. Logs. Campsite. Here's more scattered wood. Broken glass. Evidence of people have been here a long time ago. Tell you, this is where I'd expect to find the truck. But I didn't see it last time I was here. Unless I'm blind as a bat and completely missed it. But no, where we're going is up further and then a spur up that way, which is unexplored. This area I've been through before, once. A little can there. Can in this little ditch over here. And some wood. You never know what you find out here, even if you've been here before. Here's metal. Piece of wood with some metal on it, so maybe it's a door or something, I don't know. Very old. 31, Mark 31. Hard to say. Don't want to slip. Another piece of metal. Wood. What do you think? Can. And very clearly there was buildings here. And like I said, the old truck we're close. It's farther up here a ways. Just looking through for any artifacts or anything we may have missed before. More pieces of metal. Oh, here's something. This is actually a fantastic find. This might be an old wagon, a covered wagon. Wow, look at this. I bet this was like an old covered wagon. Amazing. Look at that. Probably was an old covered wagon or stagecoach here. That is just amazing. History right there, folks. Let's keep going and slowly walk up here, see what else we find. Okay, I'm walking through the snow here. You see my footprints, of course, hoof prints. But take a look at this, like something was drugged here. See that? It's clearly not a motorcycle or mountain bike or bicycle, because whatever was drugged, it doesn't have a lot of weight. So I don't think it's a snake, because snakes wouldn't be in the snow. They're cold-blooded. They'll be in the ground for the winter. Footprints, hard to say if that's a paw print. It could be a mountain lion. And yeah, I guess that could be a mountain lion tail. I don't know if mountain lions drag their tails or not, but something, see right there, is causing a line like it's being drugged. Something without much weight. Now these are paw prints right there. I don't think it's a mountain lion. It could be a raccoon. But yeah, it's just strange, like something's being drugged there over the snow. I don't know what it is. See, there's more of it. And it could have been, you know, an animal dragging its prey, coyote or mountain lion, I don't know. Hard to say. me get this wash and walk over here because, for one, I don't want to get my feet wet. Because too much walking in the snow will get your feet wet. And these are desert boots. This looks like it may have been a cut down tree at one time, very old one. But I want to walk in this area and see if I could see any evidence of people, settlements or anything. I think there's a bone over here. Yeah, it's some sort of a bone. Cut down trees. This is very obviously a logging operation way back in the day here. All right, on the clock, 4.28 miles, 1,600 foot elevation gain. We're seeing a lot more snow. Snow is almost everywhere here, definitely covering the wash. In Las Vegas Valley, it really didn't rain. It may have drizzled for a few minutes here and there, but it didn't rain. So clearly up in the mountains, they were getting some good snow. A lot of it may have melted already. But this amount of snow isn't that big a deal. It's getting on my boots. And I just don't want to soak in and my feet get wet, because wet feet is the last thing you want on a long hike. Somebody put a rock on a piece of metal here, and I'm not sure why. Maybe as a marker of sorts. Hard to say. I really want to get up here before the snows came, because the snow can hide a lot of artifacts. It's not going to hide a truck, but small things like cans or anything small and interesting it may hide. But anything big should still be able to see it. And the snow isn't everywhere, it's just in this wash we're walking. Now, the side spur should be up here just a little bit. It was a quarter mile from back there, so it should be right around here somewhere. And then we've got to come up in the hills and then up that way, and we may need to do some climbing. For there to be a truck up there, it would have to be an old road up there. So if it's some really rough stuff, it's unlikely to be a truck, but there is kind of an unusual pattern I saw on Google Earth that I do at least want to get to check it out, and we came this far. And I said last time we did that expedition, that lost truck found footage video, that I wasn't coming back here. I wasn't planning on it, but you know, I looked at my map and I saw 2 points I hadn't explored yet. I said, you know, let's just come back for one more trip up here and see if we get lucky and see this damn legendary truck that we've heard about but haven't seen. Another tree stump over there. Definitely logging activity out here. Come along way almost 4.5 miles. And this is that side spur I was talking about. It looks like a creek bed or something, but I believe it's a wash that was probably an old road, and over the years, flowing water washed it out. So it could support the evidence of a truck. There's a tree stump over there where clearly the tree's been cut down. So yeah, it could be something up there. There's 2 points on Google Earth, like I said, and one is it's kind of a flat area. Looks like a good place for a settlement or something. And the other one, just some strange lines, which may be nothing more than shadows. So everything we've seen so far, we've been there before. This spur is completely unexplored. So I don't know what we're going to find up here. We may find nothing. We might find something cool, I don't know. Yeah, we could find Kenny Veach. I doubt it, but you never know. But we're not going to find anything unless we get out here, boots on the ground, and hike. And that's what we're doing. Maybe kind of rough going. Some of the points I have mapped out is up quite a ways, so we'll just do our best to get to them. Oh man. Some of this activity. This tree's been cut. That tree's been cut. So maybe there is something up here, I don't know. It was just small side spur that we bypassed the last time. But exploring this side spur is the whole reason for this hike today. What secrets are up there? So far, nothing. Coming up this side spur here, I'm not seeing really any evidence of people. It looks like a creek or a wash is all it is. This is the flat area that I had mapped out on Google Earth. This is it. So, it looks flat on Google Earth. Clearly, it's not here. It's in the middle of a wash. But just go to show you, Google Earth is a good tool, but it's not always accurate. I'm not seeing any evidence of people out here. So we're going to continue on to where I saw a strange pattern on Google Earth, which is it's about half a mile up here. So we got some climbing to do. And then I think we're going to go over the hill back to where the old truck is, that sawmill, and I'll show you that on the way back. That I think we could do. We'll have to do some climbing. As long as it's not cliffs like this, we'll do a little bit of climbing. And I'll see if we can show you that truck on the way back. So at least you'll see something. Let's continue on. I had the 2 big breakfast tacos, but I'm getting a little hungry, so I may have to stop and pull out a granola bar or something. I got freeze-dried food. His breakfast skillet is on tap today. So that's, if we have lunch out here, that's what I'll have. But being I had those 2 big breakfast burritos, I'm hoping a granola bar will do us. Was this a wash or was it an old road at one time? It's really hard to say. So far I'm not seeing anything. One thing for sure is only one way up here that's on foot. You're not even getting a dirt bike through this stuff. Gotta be careful with this snow and ice. You don't slip on it. And the last thing I need is to slip and fall and get hurt. We'll keep going. We've come this far, but I'm 99% sure this is not an old road. Look at these rocks, how narrow this valley is. This took many years to carve, so I don't think there was a road in here at one time. And the way the truck was described was in a big open area, a big kind of flat area, right off the main trail, so it wouldn't be in some place like this. I'm gonna keep going to where I saw that strange pattern. Probably nothing. And then from there, we'll cut over the mountain back to where the old sawmill truck is, and I'll show you that, like I said earlier. It's just going to be rough going up this wash. I'll check GPS every now and then, because I know we had half a mile to go. Temperature, what is the temperature? Let's look at the Garmin. Trip computer, can you see it? It's showing 60. So, and it may be 60, I don't know. But 7,400 feet, and that's it. So let's keep going. Up the wash. But yeah, there's no way this was an old road. I just can't see it. Oh my gosh. See that? We brushed up against that thorny tree. That's why we were thick sleeves. That's precisely why we're thick sleeves. And this little star thing, that's stuck in our arm. But the thick sleeves, it was nothing. Adequate protection. Thin chest, thick sleeves. That's why I wear what I wear. Oh, yeah. Check GPS, still got a ways to go. So I did pull out a snack, peanut butter chocolate that I just dropped. So I'm gonna snack on this really quick and take a break in place, and we'll continue on. Let's finish the granola bar. We're gonna continue on. When you come out here, I was on the clock, 4.78 miles, almost 3 hours, 1,800 foot elevation gain. Food tastes better when you hike that much. It really does. So it was a nice snack, but we'll continue going. And as I was snacking, I was thinking, this I don't believe is a road. I'm gonna take a look at this rock here. There's no way a vehicle's getting past this. Not even a motorcycle. So I don't think this was a road at one point in time, but what's to say there's not a road on the other side? That's possible. So we'll check it out. Like I said, a strange pattern. Unlikely that it's anything at all, but we've come this far, so we'll check it out. It's not uncommon to find fossils out here, but take a look at this. Like an old ancient snail, it's been there so long it's part of this larger rock. Isn't that something? Off the beaten path and at the deepest point of the Sheep Range Mountains. 7,200 foot elevation level. And we're all alone. Kind of a crossroads. The wash goes this way, but there's a flat area here. And the direction I need to go is this direction. So a flat area like this would be a good place for camping or civilization, or even that old truck to be. So if there is a road coming in from the other end, well, maybe onto something. Sure wasn't anything going that way, but here, possible, who knows? We still got a ways to go to that point where I saw that anomaly on Google Earth. And like I said, it may just be shadows, but it could be something else. So we'll continue up north this way and see what we can find. Well, so much of the possibility there being an old road here. This right here is commonly mistaken for a satellite antenna or some sort of antenna. You see them frequently on top of hills, and they grow from these cactus, whatever they're called, and they grow straight up looking like an antenna, but it's not. That's what it is. So now we got to find our way around this obstacle, up and over, and continue on, because we got about just under half a mile to go to this point we're getting to. I think I'm just going to climb right over it. All right. And that's it. Yeah, there's no way this was an old road. Not to say we're not going to find anything up here, but I don't think it was an old road. And over the hill, yeah, there was an old road over there. And that's the way we'll come out from. Been through there before. We'll scour it again, look for anything interesting. A lot of time these side spurs are nothing more than a wash like this, or never was a road. It just looks like there may have been one, but it's not. In Google Earth, it looks like there could have been a road here, but it's just not. We'll keep going and see if we can find anything interesting. Come to an open area here. Areas like this are easy to traverse, and I'll look for evidence of human activity here. That is, it's an easy hill to climb. Where we're going is about a quarter mile this way. We'll reach our destination, and then we'll head this way over the mountain towards where the actual old road used to be. All right, no evidence of people, but there is evidence of animal. It might be a few days old, but that's pellets. Bighorn sheep, maybe. We know they're out here. We're getting close to that point that I'm looking for, and I'm seeing zero evidence of people. So I would say 90%, maybe a 95%, that anomaly I saw Google Earth is natural. But we're this close, we're gonna find out. A while back I saw, there's something right there. Poop. Hopefully it's coyote, because I think cats bury their poop. Unless mountain lions don't. Or just stay alert. There's any possible movement or animals around here. A while back I checked Google Earth, and I saw what looked like the truck out here. Only when I got out here, it wasn't there. It was nothing. It was a mirage, fantasy. It wasn't actually a truck. It just looked that way on Google Earth. So where we're going, shit, there's a deer. It's a big ass buck. You see that? It's a big ass deer over there. My gosh, that's a big old buck. I'm trying to come over here, see if I can see him. I see him standing right there. He's looking at us. I can't really zoom in with this, but he's standing there, right there. I'm pointing right at him. That's a huge buck. If it was deer season at a rifle, that'd be a perfect shot right there. He's got huge antlers. That is a big one. I've never seen deer up here. He's just standing there watching us. Deer in the headlights, look. See him move his head? And he moved his head again. I don't know if you can see him way up there. But like I said, I can't really zoom on the GoPro, but I can assure you the camera's pointed right at him. Look at the light-colored tree in the center of the screen, and just to the left of that, between two trees, that's him up there. About 50 to 100 yards. Yeah, maybe 50 to 100 yards. But yeah, he's close. That's the first time I've seen an animal like that up there. You're out here. I've never seen a deer out here, but clearly they're here. And that right there would be a perfect shot if I was a hunter. Anyway, he's staring at me, I'm staring at him. I don't got time for hanging around, staring down a deer. There he goes. He's walking up the hill. Well, probably no predators around if he's around here. Okay. We're very close to where that anomaly was. And it's a big open area here. Oh God, there's a doe. There's the other deer right there. 50 yards away. Deer in a headlight, look. Do you see it? I'll hold the camera up and try to get as close as I can, but she's probably gonna take off. But yeah, there's a buck and a doe. And this is deer season, but I don't think you can hunt out here. I'll come over here and I hope they don't charge me. He thinks I hope that buck doesn't charge me. I don't want to have to pull out my firearm and explain why I shot a deer in deer season with a pistol in an area where I'm not supposed to be hunting. Stay there. There she goes. There she goes. See that? Stop right there. Man, she could just tear through these woods. Look at that. Amazing. I know you saw that. All right. The doe is gone. The buck is out there somewhere. Went up the hill. Like I said, it is deer season, mid-November, but I don't believe this is a hunting area. This is a wildlife preserve. So I can bring a rifle out here if I was so inclined, but shooting those deers would probably get me either a hefty fine or jail time. So I wouldn't want to anyway. Now, if this was a survival situation, then yeah. But of course I'd feel bad because they're obviously a pair. Fortunately, this isn't a survival situation. I've got food. All right, open air here. I'm gonna pull out the GPS and check coordinates, but we should be pretty close to where that strange pattern was on Google Earth. Man, those deer were magnificent. That's why I'm not a hunter, because I couldn't see shooting one of those two for no reason, even if it is just for meat. I mean, they're obviously a pair. They're out here breeding and populating the mountains. You know, and that's why I wouldn't want to take one down. Even though deer meat is good and probably some of the most healthiest meat you could ever have. But yeah, just those two, I wouldn't feel right about just shooting one for no reason. Now, if it's a survival situation, that's a different story. It's one of the reasons I carry a firearm. That could potentially take down an animal such as that if I needed to. I know you probably don't see it, but there's a ground squirrel up there. If you saw a movement, that's what it was. Chipmunk or something. That point should be just up here. My God, those are footprints. That's a footprint. Look at that. That's a person's footprint right there. Somebody was up here. Not recently, but somebody was up here. Just saw that one. There's more. Were they hunting up here? Illegally? Poaching? Now, outside the realm of possibilities, you see people poaching illegally during deer season up here, knowing this is where the big ones are. Can't really pack the animal out of here unless you had a vehicle, but you could bring one up here legally. So, yeah, who knows? You catch somebody doing something like that, and they know that there's no police up here, so who knows? They just pop a few rounds off and bury your body out here somewhere, and you just go down in history as another YouTuber like Kenny Veach who disappeared up in these mountains. And they could definitely get away with it. Could that be what happened to Kenny? Did he hike out here and come across some poachers? It's hard to say. Hard to say. That's why I carry a firearm out here with plenty of extra ammo. Just in case I run into a four-legged beast that wants to hurt me, or a two-legged one that knows that they can get away with it because we're a long ways from civilization or law enforcement. You won't hear a gunshot out here. You won't hear anything. You can do anything you want out here and you can completely get away with it. So who knows if that happened to Kenny. At any rate, we were looking for a point on Google Earth that had like some shapes and patterns and stuff there. So I'm not sure what it was or if it was anything at all. But after 5.36 miles, 3 hours, 31 minutes, and 2,000 foot elevation gain, ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived. That point I saw on Google Earth is here. I'm not seeing a truck. I'm not seeing a camp. I'm not seeing any civilization. I see trees and bushes. I see maybe some dirt mounds. I see natural stuff. I'm not seeing anything unusual. It just goes to show you, this is, so you can see up there in the upper corner, this is what I saw on Google Earth. And I don't see anything here. So clearly what I saw with shadows. I don't see anything up here. Although it's a relatively flat area, make a good campsite, but there's clearly no truck here. Well, I'm as disappointed as you are, folks, but one thing about my videos and these hikes, they may not always be interesting, but they're real. I don't make things up. I don't lie. And these are always as they happen. So if you ever see something strange in my videos, you can be assured it's 100% real. All right. Where we need to go now, first I'm gonna send a message to Woodchuck and via satellite and let him know we made it, is over this hill. And I don't want to climb this big hill here, but I'm going to go back down this way, find an easier way to climb over and get over there to that old road, because the old truck should be just on the other side of this hill somewhere. Right over there somewhere, just up and over. That's what we're going to do. So take a quick break here and then we'll continue on. So that's it. Nothing there. It was a clearing. Absolutely no evidence of human activity whatsoever. I don't see how roads could be out here. Yeah, this could possibly be an old road. I doubt it, but you never know. I'm going to come up just a little bit further up here, just because we're here. I seriously doubt there's anything there, but we'll look anyway. I tried to send a message to Woodchuck via the phone, connect to the Garmin, but I realized I just recently upgraded my phone to the iPhone 15 and didn't fully connect all the Garmin apps. So I had to type out the message in the actual Garmin communicator. Oh shit, my own footprints. That scared me for a minute there. I had to type out the message in the Garmin communicator, and hopefully he received it to let him know that I'm here and I'm safe. All right. We'll go up a little bit further just for shits and gigs. And then try to get over the hill. Because it's a flat area doesn't mean there was a road here. Wind's picking up. 5.50 miles, 2100 elevation gain, 3 hours, 57 minutes, damn near 4 hours. I'm gonna call it. As far up this wash should we go. I see no evidence of human activity. What I'm doing now is go up this hill and over it, and that should take us directly to the lost truck, actually, from this point. And from there should be some artifacts on the road on the way back. We'll start making our way back once we get to that lost truck. So we've got to climb this hill with 5 miles under the belt. So it's not super hard, but it's not easy. And of course I got a thorn on my boot. Great. Or a thorn or a stick or something. And here we are climbing a snow-covered hill. Definitely don't want to sit down and get a wet butt. It's just nothing but a thing, just a climb. Deep in the Sheep Range wilderness. Why do I subject ourselves to torture? Steep hills, climbs. I had the most part of the Sheep Range mountains. I tell you what, and I don't even want to say this. If I had to go, this is a great way to go. just to disappear out here. But make no mistake, I do not want to. I want to sleep in my own bed tonight. I'm not ready to go just yet. So if anything happens to me out here and I disappear, it will not be my choice or my own doing, unless it was an accident. But at this point, we're far beyond rescue. Maybe a helicopter can get in here, but yeah, this is so remote out here. It said 5.5 miles from the trailhead. And even the trailhead is 10 miles on dirt with a high clearance vehicle from the road. And the road is 40 minutes to an hour from Las Vegas. So it's extremely remote out here. I'm not even worried about seeing anybody. Almost looks like there's something on the hillside over there. Can't really tell. I don't think so. Maybe just a rock. Yeah, I don't think it's worth even pulling out the binos for that. It's hard to say. I just don't want to waste time pulling the binoculars. Be like, yep, it's a rock. It's just a white thing that looks like a rock, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. I don't see anything else off in the distance. We'll continue this climb up this beast of a hill, which really isn't that bad. It's just steep is all. And once we're at the top, it should literally be all downhill the entire way back to the truck. Should be. At least that's what's planned. But all you can do at a hill like this is climb a little, stop, climb a little, stop, climb a little, stop. Oh man. In the Legend of the Lost Truck found footage video, I think we came in over the hill over here somewhere, and we're gonna hike down here. And I didn't because we just hiked like, I don't know, but it was a lot. And I want to waste my energy hiking through this rugged, dense underbrush for something that may not be anything. And indeed, it wasn't anything. Would have taken a couple hours off our schedule. But that's fine. We at least checked it out and we could say we were there. But for now, let's keep on going. Keep on climbing. One foot in front of the other. A few feet at a time. I could see the top up there, so we'll make it. It just exerts a lot of energy. And I don't want to slip in the snow and fall or go tumble down the hill. Okay. Now I know I should be stepping on dirt to get better traction in the snow, but I just said screw it. We're making it. The snow is not that deep and we're getting decent traction on these boots. See, we're almost up there. We've come quite a ways. But folks, this just goes to show you that I keep my legs in shape by hiking and jogging and walking every day. So the camera holding level, so you can see how steep this hill is. Let's keep going. Almost there, huh? Almost there. Okay. 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 Almost to the top here. And we should be able to go straight down, get that old road where that old sawmill truck was. But I don't know what the train's gonna be like between here and there. Could be pretty rough. All right. Okay. Lots of snow up in the mountains. It's all downhill from here, folks. All right. The DJI mic batteries were running a little bit low, so I put them in the charging case and put them in my backpack. So this is the GoPro mic. And I took a break in place, and after configuring my phone and everything else, I can't remember if I absolutely put those wireless mics in my backpack. I'm pretty sure I did, because I didn't see them laying around somewhere. If I didn't, I lost a very expensive piece of equipment up there, which I probably won't go back. But I'm fairly certain I did. At any rate, once we get to the bottom of the hill, I'll pull them back out. They should have a good enough charge to get us back. But the bottom of the hill in this valley is where the truck is. The old truck, the sawmill truck, not my truck. So we got to traverse down this hill to get to it. And I was relaxing up there on top. Oops, almost fell. I was relaxing up on top of that hill because I pulled 2 bars of 5G signal. It's 8,000 feet up there. So I was checking emails and messages. We'll get down in the valley and of course won't have internet. Alright, so that's it right down there. It's just a matter of not falling. We'll make it. You think we're lost, but we're not. Every step downhill is a step closer to that main road. There's really not much of a road anymore down there. So we basically just got to keep going downhill. And that's it. And then follow it on out of here. And I wouldn't expect to see anything out here on this hillside. It's just too remote. But once we get down to the bottom, yeah, absolutely. So we get down here, just follow this little draw or wash all the way out of here. Dead branches. Oh, yes. All right, one step at a time. Try not to fall. We're getting closer. Brushing up against all this bushes. Like I said, that's why we got these thick arms, the shirt with thick arm coverings. So I do frequently brush up against things. Okay. Okay. See, you gotta be careful because one wrong move and you can fall and hit your head or get jabbed by a stick or something, so you just gotta be careful. All right, we've pretty much reached the bottom. We're almost there, and I've switched back to the wireless DJI, the DJI wireless mic 2. It was in my backpack, thank goodness for that. So the charging case I put in for a little bit did put a fairly decent charge on it, so we should be good to go for the rest of the hike, because audio is important, because I know everybody just loves to hear me ramble on. Now, coming in this little valley here, the sawmill, there's a run off an old truck. It's like an old Dodge Brothers truck. Should be right around here somewhere, and I'm going to show you it once we get to it. I'm not sure which way it is, if it's right or left. but it's around here. Definitely a lot of logging activity in this valley here. In fact, this little valley is where I would expect to see the actual lost truck, the second lost truck, not this little sawmill one. Okay. But I've been through this valley a couple times, didn't see it. Start to see debris here. There's some wood with some metal in it. I think I see the truck up there, yeah. Okay. All right, more piece of wood. Cut down trees, evidence of civilization. Where you see things like that, usually there's more. So, unfortunately on this trip, we didn't find the mythical lost logging truck with the tree growing through it and a boom on the back. I believe it's probably out here somewhere. The guy that told me about it was, at least I consider, a reliable source. I don't think he made it up. No reason to make it up. He's told me, given locations of things before. So, here's some more wood with metal through it. And the only other lost truck out here is a sawmill, which, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the lost truck. Not the one we're looking for, but it is a lost truck. It's an old 1920s Dodge Brothers, perhaps, truck. And see these logs here are stacked this way so they can use those logs on the back. And what they do is they put a saw blade on that bed in the back, powered by the engine, which is no longer here. But you could see the wheels, the chassis still here, the leaf springs. Looks like part of the cab might still be here. Further down, earlier in the video, when we saw those truck pieces, this is the truck I was talking about. Came off of this. Like it might have been a plaque or something there, which I wish it was still there, would tell us what kind of a truck this is. One of our viewers said it's the Dodge Brothers, perhaps. There's a huge bone, like a femur bone there. Not recent, but not super old. You see the tires. Pennsylvania Tire Company, I guess. 900 or 9.00-2010 ply. Looks like it's missing a few plies. But this is it. The old sawmill. They just parked this old dilapidated truck here, start up the engine, and the blade starts spinning, and that's how they start cutting wood. Huge logs. For something like this, you need several guys to drag it up here onto the back here to cut it. Question is, how do they get the logs from where they cut it down to here? And that's got to be that old truck that this guy told me about. It's got to be. So the last time I was here was during the Legend Lost Truck found footage. And like I said, unfortunately I had a hard drive failure, so I lost the footage. But I was here. I did film the truck. You didn't get to see it, but you're seeing it now. So this is it. This is the only lost truck I've ever found out here. It's a piece of plastic, which is kind of weird because safety glasses. That's strange. I'm pretty sure they didn't have plastic back in the day this truck was made. But if you're working a sawmill like this, you would want to wear safety glasses, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have plastic back then. Maybe they did, I don't know. Comment down below. But that's it. This is the truck. The only truck I've ever found out here. Keep in mind, there's a legendary rumored to be another truck out here somewhere. Not this one. One in better condition with a boom on the back, a crane in the back. And I've said this multiple times, I know, but you know what? I could say it 10 times, people still ask questions, or people come at various points in the video. So that's why I say multiple times. There's a little bird, this poor little critter has perished somehow Not sure why or how, but he has. And I'll leave him be. But that's probably fresh the last day or two. Not sure what got him. So that's about it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start slowly making the way down the hill. We've got an awful long way to go. 4 or 5 miles, and it's already 1:15 p.m. On the clock, we traveled 6 miles, 4 hours, 52 minutes, 2,300 foot elevation gain. And like I said, 1:16 p.m. It's dark at 4:30, so I'm gonna start hightailing it out of here. I'm gonna take a few pictures, and that'll be that. All right, so that's it for the truck. We saw. It's the third time I've been in the truck. I don't plan to come back again. Final kind of thing out here. I'm not sure what this is. What do you think it is? Comment down below. Capacitor maybe? Hard to say. It's heavy. Some electrical piece of equipment. Lots of wood here. There was clearly a building here at one point in time. Probably had to do with this sawmill here. So somewhere up along this road here, and this was an old ancient road, which you can kind of somewhat see. And there's a few more artifacts up there, but not really too much that I saw. This ancient road, I'm just looking up there. Can't tell if that's a branch or something else. I think it's a branch. Anyway, this ancient road, this is where the other truck would have had to come. Up here. Can't tell if that's a paw print or a huge footprint. Anyway, the other truck would have to come either up there or down here. I've hiked up there before. I didn't see anything up there. Not to say it's not up there, but I have been up there. Down here, and way down there, and then cut across to the left, and then up about another mile. That's where the truck was supposed to be. That's where I was told it was. But I've been through there 3 times. Even the guy who told me it was there has been there through there, and none of us saw the truck out there. So clearly he's mistaken. So we'll slowly start meandering our way down here. We'll keep our eyes peeled, and you know, if we get lucky, we'll see it. If we don't, well, you saw a truck out here, so it's not like we got skunked. And that covered wagon, or that wagon wheel, was kind of cool. But that's about it. Up here in the forest, you never know what you're going to find. So here's some more bones. Looks like vertebrae. Can't really tell how long it was here. Obviously, probably a long time, but you can see it right there. Just got to keep your eyes open. You never know what you find out here. It's not the first time I found bones out here. Now, it'd freak me out if I found fresh bones along with fresh footprints. There are definitely footprints here. And these kind of rounded footprints, I can't tell if they're hoof prints from a deer or sheep or paw prints from a mountain lion. Really hard to say. But whatever it is, the trail seems to go this way. Maybe that's the wash, and this is the old road. So I don't know if we'll see anything else here. For lucky, we will. But, you know, like I said, you do these hikes, and I don't make anything up. Everything is as I see it. All of what you're seeing is 100% real. Nothing is faked. Looks like a well-worn path through here. Probably a from animal, though. I don't think a lot of people come up here. It's just too far. I mean, we've already done 6 miles, and honestly, my legs feel perfectly fine. I could do another 6. Well, I'm gonna have to do another 6 to get back. Continue down what I believe is an old road here, looking for any signs of civilization. Here's some kind of a cylindrical object. It's not a feed trough or anything because it's hollow, you see? No bottom. Hard to say what it is. I do see some trees cut down around here. Here, up on the hill, here. Well, I can go up on the hill, but I don't really see anything through the bushes here. I don't want to miss anything over there. I'm just thinking, if there's trees cut up on the hill, what if there's something else up there? Well, I guess we can zigzag on our way out of here. I don't want to get out of here after dark, but if I do, it's not the end of the world. I'm fully equipped for cold weather or night operations. I got flashlights and everything else, so not a huge deal. See, this right here has been cut by a person. So I just want to come up on the hill. Could look like a flat area up here and see if there's anything up here. No, I don't see anything. A few trees cut, that's about it. Nothing. Some more rodent mining activity. All right, heading back down the hill to that old road, because if we do find anything and there's a can, so I got washed out and washed down here. It doesn't rain very often here, but when it does, it'll flood. That's why they call flash flood warnings. So somewhere around here is the old road. This is probably it, actually. So I'm just looking for anything, artifacts, or even that old truck out here. I don't see anything. Remember on my Mysterious Cross video where I told you about that sense of foreboding where everything got really quiet? Well, everything just got really quiet. No wind, no animals, no noise, nothing. It's strange. I'm not afraid like I was before when I had the sense of foreboding. But it's just weird how everything got really quiet out here. I mean, zero noise. Just perfectly still. The only thing moving is the clouds. I'm gonna slowly start walking out of here. I don't feel afraid. I don't feel a sense of foreboding. It's just weird how everything got quiet. Some more wood over here. Looks like there may have been a structure here at one point in time. Very old one. Thought maybe there's a road going up there. It doesn't look like it is. More debris and artifacts, cans. Remember in my last video, the secret cabin, I found a piece of material like this. Some of you speculated it was a shoe, hot water bottle, or something. What do you think it is? Same piece of material. Probably the same thing, whatever it was. Old cans. A lot of history up in these mountains. A couple more cans here. I'm tempted to go up there, but it does not look like a road. I mean, it just goes to a hillside. We're clearly on the old road. You can almost barely see wheel tracks, I guess. I do feel a little uneasy out here. I mean, I'm not scared. Maybe because the sun's right there and it's shining a lot of light, whereas before there was a dark forest. I don't know. I do have a firearm with me, which I can grab in a moment's notice if I had to. I'm just listening for any sounds of movement or anything. But I'm not seeing or hearing anything. Weird. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ugh. Happy birthday to the desert janitor. Oh. This one's full of water. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. Happy birthday to the desert janitor. Well, what are you gonna do? I guess I'm the mountain janitor today. And for those of you wondering about these janitor terms, somebody said in one of my videos, when I didn't pick up a party balloon, they said, come on, you're not the desert janitor, you don't need to pick those all up. And then everybody complained, so I was like, all right, I'll pick them up. I guess I am the desert janitor. So I'll put this bad boy in the cargo pocket and we'll dispose of it on the way out of here. But we are a long ways away, so for this party balloon to drift out here, it would have to drift pretty far in the wind currents. All right. Let's keep going. Continue to make our way out of here. Looks like tire tracks down there. You can see kind of the lines in the snow. Nothing recent, of course. It would have to be in the dirt. But I don't know of any vehicle that could even make it out here. Not even my truck could. But I see no footprints, no people, no animals or anything, which is probably good. So at this point, it's all downhill from here. It's just a matter of walking the 5 or 6 miles back to the truck. And of course, I'll keep my eyes peeled for anything that looks like that lost, mysterious, legendary truck that supposedly is around here somewhere. So I'll tell you what, this right here could have been created by one thing and one thing only, a dirt bike. Which means somebody had a dirt bike out here illegally. They came down this wash, they couldn't pass this tree, and they came right up here. Not recently, but they did. And here's where they drug their dirt bike over this log. Very obviously. So yeah, somebody definitely out here with a dirt bike. And that's a no-no. Now I can do that, I can cheat, I can bring a dirt bike out here, a little two-stroke, and easily get out here and get to these points a lot easier. But when it comes to like climbing over the hill like we did earlier, you won't do that on a dirt bike. You're kind of limited to where you go. In fact, that whole area we hiked back in the little wash, you can't get a dirt bike up there. Even this is going to be tough at times. You'll need like a low gear two-stroke or something. It's got to be our footprints. It's got to be our footprints. But yeah, definitely people had a dirt bike out here within the last couple months, I would guesstimate, before the snows came. And those of you saying, just bring a dirt bike anyway, you can get so much farther these places. Well, yeah, but look, I'm putting this on video, and people can see. There are officials with the wildlife reserve or the state of Nevada that do watch my videos, so I'm not going to film myself breaking the law out here. Hopefully I can gain their trust, and that's why I try to stay within the confines of the law. But that's about it. Folks, I got a bad habit. I take off my glove to use the phone or whatever, and when I do, I usually put my other glove in the pocket. But I can assure you this is not the first time this has happened. I'm just glad I realized I was missing it before I got too far. So let's keep going. and get out of these mountains. Oh, all right, on the clock, 7 miles, 2,300 foot, almost 2,400 foot elevation gain, 5.5 hours. But who's counting? I feel great. Plenty of energy. My legs aren't tired. I feel good. You know, we've got about 4-ish miles back to the truck maybe, and it's all downhill, so we should be okay. Just looking on to the right, look to the left, see if this old truck is out here somewhere. I doubt it, but who knows. And otherwise, yeah, I have no more trips up here planned. That's the last of it, unless myself or Woodchuck find something else on Google Earth. I have no more leads to find this lost truck. So it's just hiking through the snow, getting out of here. Coming back from location, we saw that wagon wheel earlier. Here's another one of the foundations. Looks like there may have been a structure here at one time. Mixture of trees and cut logs and whatnot. A log cabin kind of thing. And clearly has long collapsed. But I've been out here before. I've seen it before. And I wouldn't imagine there'd be anything else out here, so just keeping our eyes open for anything unusual as we trek out of here. It's getting a little colder. I've got 2 p.m. Should be dark at about 2.5 hours. Hopefully we'll be back at the truck by then, but it may be after dark by the time we get home, which is fine. Not a big deal as long as we're back at the truck. But yeah, if I have to, I can do everything I need to get out of here in the dark. That's fine. But yeah, see these tracks here? One or more dirt bikes have been through here. I guarantee it. Which is really sad, because people that bring dirt bikes out here knowing full well they're not supposed to and just do whatever they want to do, it makes it hard for everybody else. They start putting areas off limits. You know, they say, okay, we're not gonna let anybody do it just because one person did it. It's like collective punishment. So that's why I definitely frown on people who don't obey the rules, just do whatever the hell they want to do. I mean, I try to obey the rules, you know, do my best at least. Right on the clock, 7.67 miles, 5 hours, 46 minutes, 2386 elevation gain. It's beautiful up here in the forest. You can hear the wind in the trees, the sun shining. There's snow on the mountain off in the distance. We're making our way down this old road that's turned into a wash back to the truck. And unfortunately, we still have probably 4.5 miles to go. So it's going to be a very long day today. Definitely one of our long range hikes. And we were fruitless in finding the legendary lost truck, but we did see a truck and found that cool covered wagon, or the wagon wheel, whatever it was from. And so it's not like we came out empty-handed. But that's the thing about these hikes, you just never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you hit the jackpot, sometimes you don't, just like Las Vegas Casino. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you do okay. But for now, I'll be happy just to get back to the truck and begin the long drive back to pavement, air up, and begin the long drive back home. See the rock cairn in the can there, the other rock cairn in this little ditch. This is a little settlement we passed on the way in, so we made some neat progress. The on the clock, 8.39 miles and 6 hours total. So we're probably gonna be looking at least a 7-hour day with 10 miles or more. So it's a long one. I'm getting a little tired, but I'm doing fine. Just getting more worn out than tired, I guess. The good thing is it's all downhill from here. It's a little uneven terrain, but it's pretty much all downhill. So we'll just keep on going and we'll get there. All right, so it's getting later. On the clock, 9 miles, 2:36 p.m., 6 hours hiking. That's 2:30 p.m. It's getting dark, which means 4:30 it'll be dark. That's the wash we came in. This is the road we usually come, and that's the way we're gonna go, because that should be the easiest way out of here. Just trying to get out of here before sundown. On the clock, I got 10 miles, 6.5 hours, 2386 elevation gain. I'm getting tired. It's time to head home. Let's keep on going and get on out of here. Making progress, almost there. I don't know how much more we have to go, but on the clock, 10.49 miles, 6 hours, 40 minutes. So I'd guesstimate maybe half a mile, more or less, back to the truck. I'm tired. I wouldn't want to do that again. It's just a lot of uphill and rough terrain that's really hard on the legs. I mean, my legs are fine. I mean, I'll make it. I'm tired, but just wouldn't want to do it again. The soles of my feet or the boot soles are really hard, and I'd really like to have some soft soles. It's much easier to walk on, but you really want hard soles for this kind of stuff because there's so much rocks and rough terrain. So it'll be nice to go home and sit, relax tonight. For now, we'll just keep going. We're almost there. We made it to the trailhead. See the truck there. It's been a long day, folks. I'm tired. I mean, we did it no problem. Our legs are strong, but I'm tired. We didn't find the legendary truck. We found a truck out there, and that wagon wheel was kind of cool. Old wagon, didn't see that before. But yeah, it's a long walk. At any rate, on the clock, 10.97 miles. Let's call it 11 miles. 6 hours, 48 minutes. Sorry, the watch keeps going off. It's in low power mode. 2386 foot elevation gain. So that's it for this adventure, folks. 11 miler, long range hike. I don't see coming out here again unless I find compelling evidence of the lost truck, but you can expect many more videos, so please subscribe, please. It really makes a difference to the channel if you subscribe, and it helps increase popularity, and the more subscribers, the more likely I will do videos. And like too, please. That's it for this adventure, everybody. Until the next time, see you on the next adventure.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when I post a new one. All of my videos are unscripted as they happen. I can't promise they'll be exciting, but I can promise they'll be 100% real. My name is Steve from Las Vegas, and these are my adventures.